First of all, I want you two kids to know this is a safe space, okay? Feel free to express yourself. Don't be afraid. I sense there's an enabler here, but we'll get to that.
Master of the TDS, darkness dancing in his gaze, whispers and shadows, piercing through the haze. Psycho therapy sessions, mind's twisted maze, ripping through illusions, reality in a daze. Riding Raven by his side, quill dipped in black, words flow like blood, inked upon the track. Gothic spellcaster, bringing nocturnal tact, fighting the loss, bringing sanity back. Between screens and dreams, reality slashing. YouTube visions collide, breaking the routine, standing up the norm in Gothic twilight's gleam. Master and Raven, together they scheme. Haunting the ether, digital phantoms rise. Therapy sessions posted, drawn and crying eyes. Raven writes in twilight beneath stormy skies. Reality twisted, blurred like a disguise. Gothic legion follows, comets drop like rain. Master's dark wisdom, Raven's poetic pain. Digital worlds conquer, yet a hollow gain. Wandering shadows, tethered by a chain. Illuminated screens, artificial light, curtains drawn, late into the night. True selves masked, lost within the bite. Master and Raven, clinging to the fight. Dreams realizing, YouTube visions collide, breaking the routine, standing up the norm in Gothic twilight's fact, finding the lost, bringing sanity back. Between screens and dreams, reality slashing, YouTube visions collide, breaking the routine, standing out the norm in Gothic twilight's gleam. Master and Raven, together they scheme. Ether, digital phantoms rise. Therapy sessions posted, drawn and prying eyes.
All right, listen up, you bunch of lost souls and weirdos. It's showtime. You want to survive in this world of pop culture chaos? Well, here's the secret. You got to hit that subscribe button over on Gothic Therapy's YouTube channel. Yeah, that's right. Do it or I'll come knocking, and trust me, you don't want me as a house guest. Don't be shy. Whack that button like you're slamming the door of your in-laws. And hey, hit the bell too, or I'll be haunting your dreams. Catch you on the other side, baby.
In the heart of chaos where agendas collide, Master of the TDS and Raven stand side by side. Exploring the madness, we uncover the proof with sharp wit and insight. We're the voice of the truth. Welcome to Psycho-Synopsis, the dark side of the truth. Dive deep into the madness you cannot refute. Secrets of the asylum, come free your mind. Crazy or not, let us be your guide. Diving into the shadows where secrets reside, we'll tear down the facade of culture's villains can't hide. Wild theories and whispers in the dark, join us on this journey, reignite the spark. So tune in and listen, let's spark the debate. With Master and Light and Raven, your salvation awaits.
Welcome, seekers of the asylum.
For those searching for salvation,
Or embracing the insane.
you've come to the right place.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hope you all are well.
I see we have about 30 of you here. Come on, get more of you in here. anyways, we got a pretty packed show for today with media and gaming therapy. The media therapy's funny. The gaming therapy's an interesting piece of lost Sweet Baby Inc. history. I really had hoped. I'll be honest with you guys. I am 90% sure that I found another Sweet Baby Inc. game. The problem is I'm only 90% sure. And because I'm only 90% sure, I will not present it. I won't do it.
Because Master prefers to be 100% sure before showing anything.
I need hard evidence that points to it, and then I will do it. There's a lot of evidence and circumstantial evidence and things that point to it, and I feel very strongly it's the right thing, and I feel like I'm correct, but I'm not going to jump into it without having full connection. So I'm still digging into it. It's still a weird game. We might end up reporting on it anyways, just because of how weird the game is.
Yeah.
But
it's a strange one, all right.
Yeah. So, anyways, but we do have some Sweet Baby Inc. stuff today. We do have a confirmation of Kim Belair is a big fat liar. And I don't know if you guys remember, but when Kim Belair mentioned how, basically, what's it called? How Sweet Baby Inc.'s name came from the fact that that gamers were mean and they're picky babies, so they're good babies. Wrong. Lies. Kim, why are you lying? Because that's not where your name came from at all. You just tried to make it that to own the chuds, but that's not where your name came from. No. So we actually have a 9-minute review, or interview, I should say, of Kim that we will be watching as our gaming therapy, which will be our second topic today instead of our last one. We'll do second to last. And honey, do you want to mention what the goal is for today's stream for Super Chats?
For today's Super Chat goal, if we get 20 Super Chats, doesn't matter how much money they are, we will tell you guys a story about how I once severely screwed up a recipe.
Sure. That's being nice.
We may have mentioned the story before, but it's still a pretty funny story.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to get in. There seems to be 40 of you here. I kind of was hoping our streams would start bringing in more people. Maybe it's just too early. So we'll go through our, there's also the Golden Globes and a bunch of other things. So we're not taking it too seriously, but we'll see. Okay, so let's jump in here. So we're going to go through the chat as usual, and then we'll jump into our first topic after that. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up, honey?
I think that was it.
Oh, wait, and Happy New Year, everyone. The first Psycho-Synopsis of the new year.
Woohoo!
And we're going to kick it off in style by making fun of Kim Belair and CPB Inc. because we can. And I saw an interesting comment that I do want to respond to because people have asked me this question. So we'll get to it. So, honey, do you want to set the 10-minute timer?
Sure. 1 moment, please. Ready and go.
All right. So we have Kocho the Shadow Tarnished Shark Dragon. Okay, it's a very interesting name, but cool. Hope you both had a wonderful holiday and New Year, although New Year is not so much off to a good start, especially that Elon announced. Guess we have to be careful what we say on there, shaking my head. Yeah, I did think about covering that, and quite honestly, I don't think there's a need to yet. I'm not saying I agree with what Elon said, obviously, but he hasn't done it yet. So until he actually does it, I feel like talking about it and speculating about something that may or may not happen because he may get a lot of pushback for it. We'll have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have Tefane M says, yo, yo, yo. That's a name I don't think I'm familiar with.
Must be a new one.
If you're new, welcome.
If you're new, then hello.
If you're not new, you also hello. We're nice. Pickleman says, prepare to rhyme the words word rhymers. What'd you say, honey?
I said we're mostly nice.
Okay. Prepare to rhyme the words word rhymers. Daniel Root says, good evening from the cold, dark, bleak, frozen hellscape that is Iowa. Oof. Oof.
You have my
Well,
condolences.
stay warm out there. Asian Swordmaster 1 says, hey, everyone. Looks like I made it on time. You did. You get extra points for coming on time. Tell your friends. The points can be redeemable for a no prize, meaning you get nothing. Paladin Demo says hello. Hello.
Hi.
The great one is here with his wrench. Says another year, another day, another hour, another minute, another second. Good evening from the padded room.
Sell.
We've never left the padded room. You've always been in the padded room.
There is no escape.
There is no escape.
Yeah, he does a growling voice so much better. I'm jealous.
Yes, that was me. No voice modulator. I can do that. Neo Dark Banner says, good evening, fellow inmates.
that is what I have decided to call our Discord members. Inmates. Or impatients, I should say.
The Proctofile with his wrench says, good evening, folks. I hope everyone's doing well. We're doing well so far.
For the most part.
Griffin Turbo says, heyo, all. Heyo to you.
Hello.
Hope you all had a nice Hanukkah as I did Christmas. We did. It was nice.
It was a good Hanukkah.
The Fizchozo Corner says, I have never even watched The Mandalorian, let alone The Acolyte, which is more so a bad version of KOTOR with Steven Universe elements. That's actually not a bad way of describing it. But no, The Mandalorian Season 1 was okay. We watched it. That was the last Star Wars thing I watched, I'll be honest. I never watched anything after that. I gave it a chance because of Gina, and then I just didn't care.
Same.
Marmalade says, good evening. Good evening.
Hello.
The Peter Venkman fan site says, hail, master of the TDS, and writing Raven, hail to you.
Hey.
Shield Maiden says, hello, beautiful people. Hello. I've seen your comments, and I've seen your post, your responses on Twitter. So if you're curious if I see them and I remember you, I do. Matto the Frito Bandito. Matito the Frito Bandito. Make your names less confusing. Oh boy. Robert McDarius says, hail, master and Raven, hail.
Hello.
Grim Snarl says, good morning, chat. Well, good night for us, but good morning for you.
Evening.
Yeah. The Fizchozo Corner, this is what I wanted to talk to. Why do we even care about CBB Inc. anyways? They aren't going to be around in 5 years. So I actually been telling people, anybody who will listen to me, that Sweet Baby Inc. has had no repercussions of what's been going on, aside from the firing of Chris Kindred. I can tell you this firsthand from a source within Sweet Baby Inc. itself. I cannot tell you who the source is, but I can tell you that I have verified their identity, and I know who they are, and they know who they are. And I know Sweet Baby Inc. watches our streams. So hi, Sweet Babies. Enjoy. But long story short is, why do we care? Here's a simple reason. I believe that the only way the gaming industry is going to heal, and maybe this is a somewhat controversial belief compared to others, is that we need to have respectful conversations with the other side when possible, and transparency needs to be tantamount to anything. It needs to be a basis going forward. So for me, why do we keep talking about Sweet Baby Inc.? Because they keep hiding their games. And I think that if they really wanted to make it seem like there was nothing wrong, maybe they shouldn't hide their games. But they'll say, oh, no, we have to because of the harassment and whatever. You do realize the more you hide them, the more backlash you'll get when they come out, right?
No, of course I don't. Because
So
they're dumb.
If you were to reveal them ahead of time, then people would get mad. And then when the time the game comes out, people would care less. Just throwing it out there. Of course, what do I know? 9 minutes of Kim, I'm never getting out of this padded room.
Sell. It's a padded sell.
Jose Taka with his wrench says hi. Hi to you.
Hello. And stop saying with the wrench. Just call them orderlies.
No, I'm saying with the wrench because I want to, and you're going to deal.
In the Discord, they're orderlies. I want them to be the same here.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Ashes says, hello, TDS and Raven and everyone else. It's good to see each of you this new year. I hope the year of the snake is going to be a good one. Remember, if you're all special and have much to give this world. Well,
It's
thank
the
you.
year of the snake? But the Chinese New Year hasn't happened yet.
Asian Sword Basher says, yay, points for a no prize. Stacy Gardner says hello all. Hello.
Hi.
Create TV says good evening, my favorite goths.
Why, thank
Good
you.
evening.
I like being someone's favorite goth.
Got the Dr. Clovers.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Yes, that
Happy
is
now?
Master in 100% vocals without a voice modulator.
I'll get you
It's,
next time, Gadget.
it is
Isn't
organic.
that right, Mad Cat?
Same with his Kermit, his Mickey Mouse, his Smeagol, his Optimus
three-
Prime.
Okay, stop now. 3M5000 says, can you do Mark Hamill's Joker? No.
You can try.
Nope. T-Jazz Art and Comics says hello. Hello.
Hi.
Cesar Velasquez says good night and Happy New Year 2025.
As pronounced Cesar.
Cesar. Whatever. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Vastos Solis says hail. Hail. Killbane said thanks, guy. Yeah. Oh, how's the eye? It's fine. It's pretty much back to normal. I still have to do eye drops like 3 times a day. I have a follow-up appointment at the end of January. So I'll see kind of how things are going there. But they said it was healing well and everything's fine. So we'll see how it goes from there.
Mhm.
I recently picked up the first 6 Wars movies. It's all the Star Wars I need. Fair enough. Timon, Meteor Herald, says, heyo, Master and Raven. Heyo to you.
Hello.
Memes of Destruction says, hey guys, what's going on?
Not much.
Not much.
Hi, memes. It's good to see you being here
Griffin
more
of
often.
Might says, Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov to you as well.
Mm-hmm. For anyone who doesn't know, that means good week.
Let's see. The Phoenix Press says, greetings, Master Raven. Hey, it's been a while since
Why,
we've seen you
hello
around here.
there.
I have open in my other window the Odyssey chat. There is nobody there. Okay. I am looking. I have it open. And again, people on Odyssey keep saying, don't upload to YouTube, only upload here. And it's like, but then you guys don't come. Like, no offense. I get it. No offense. But like,
Really nobody.
if you're not going to come, then
Then why bother?
it's like, it's okay. I get it. But like, don't tell us to only do it there if you're not going to watch them there. Sorry.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Sorry, I haven't reached out. Been busy with stuff. That's okay. We've all been busy.
No
I had eye
worries.
surgery. A bunch of stuff. We all had stuff going on. Don't worry about it.
And
It's a
we
new
have
year.
and we have my parents coming to visit this week, which is going to be such a joy, isn't it, darling?
Yes, because this is going to be you and your parents.
Pretty much. Fortunately, my grandmother will also be joining us for dinner, so there won't be that much to worry about.
Hey, look, honey, is that a bus?
Really? Come on, my grandma loves you.
I know. I'm just saying. Odyssey still around? Didn't know. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, everyone forgot about it when Rumble came around.
It's an alt tech platform. We have all of our videos backed up there. The reason we have them backed up there is because they still had the automatic sync for videos until like a month ago. So it's the best place for us to maintain our uploads now, because if I wanted to do Rumble, I'd have to upload every single video we've ever made one after another, and it would take forever. So
Yep.
Odyssey has everything. So if you want alt tech, you can watch it all there. We're streaming live there right now. Hi, Odyssey. No one's
Hi, what's
watching,
up?
but okay, let's get into the super chats. We have a super chat from Half the M for $5, a super sticker. Let me see if I can figure out what it is. Wish it would tell us what it is.
I know. So annoying.
It is. Let me see. It's a pear blowing a thing. A Proctophile says, "Is this thing working? It should be up to 3." Let me
What thing?
refresh. It doesn't seem to be working. I don't know why. Maybe
What's not working?
it looks like the goal is not working. It
Huh?
only
Okay, so then just somebody keep track of how many super chats we get, as we still love doing these goals. It's a really
Yeah.
good incentive for people to give us money.
No, it's also because we don't want pay to win. Eventually, it will have to be. but because
Probably
we
when
have
we finally hit 10,000 subs, which might be by the end of 2025.
we have 60 people watching. That's great. That's great. Thanks everybody for being
Yay.
here. For those of you who are here for the Kim Belair stuff, we will get to that. That's going to be our second topic, but I think we're good to move on to our first topic here, right?
I think so. If there's nothing else.
Also, just an update quickly. My VTuber is pretty much ready. It just has a couple more tweaks to do, and I think Ravens is still being worked on. Obviously, the great Spartan Flash Sentry. You guys, if you should go subscribe to him, you can find him on Twitter. He's a great guy. He made our avatars that we have now, and he's making the ones for our VTuber ones. They're going to be claymation, kind of like Tim Burton style claymation avatars, which are really cool. Some people here have already seen them or seen some sneak peeks. But yeah, we will get those at some point. But he did a great job. But of course, with the what's it called? The holidays, we didn't want to bug him about it. So he's obviously getting back into the swing of things now. So we'll see the development in the next week or so. No rush for him. We know that we know he does quality work.
Yes. One thing I want to say before we begin, it just got announced that Beetlejuice has lost the Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award at the Golden Globes, to which I say, boo!
Why is it lost it?
I don't know, and I don't even know what it lost it to, but Tim Burton Daily posted that, so I said, I quote tweeted, and they liked and reposted my quote tweet.
What did they lose it to?
I have no idea. Probably Wicked.
1,000 viewers, it'll never happen. Never.
Probably not.
Sorry, I'm a rational, logical person. Ain't never gonna happen. Okay, so let's get into our first topic, and then we will move on from there.
Yes.
Let me get it ready. And we'll go into our first topic right now. Disney's Spider-Man swings off track.
The canon is cut, and fans push back.
With swaps and changes, tensions rise.
A tangled web spun out of lies.
Yeah, so, those of you who don't know, and you might not because it's terrible already, but we're getting a Spider-Man series for Disney Plus. And it's called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But it doesn't really look like Spider-Man.
No, it's definitely like some sort of alternate universe Spider-Man, which doesn't care about his fingerprints getting on evidence at crime scenes, is for some reason a live streamer, which makes absolutely no sense. And the Osborns have been race swapped. And they look terrible.
Yeah, and also, Spider-Man is now a influencer and tells people to like and subscribe to his channel, and I just want to throw something.
But I mean, there's literally no need. He is frickin' Spider-Man. He doesn't need to tell people to subscribe. He is the incentive to subscribe.
I will say, okay, that I have to give a little bit of credit, okay?
To what?
In the trailer for the show, it shows that he becomes an influencer because he gets caught on video footage of somebody else. So at least it was a little better than I thought it was going to be. Okay? However, there's a couple things we want to address here. So first off, we have the Mary Sue being the Mary Sue. Honey, do you want to read what the Mary Sue had to say?
Sure. As always, the stupid people at the Mary Sue say, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man isn't even out yet, and racists are already complaining. People at the Mary Sue probably don't know that the Osborns are supposed to be white. Caucasian.
No, they do. I read the article before the stream. Oh. Long story short, they believe that it's normal to do this, and people who are mad should just leave.
There is someone howling outside the window.
Oh, okay, as long as it's not me.
No, I'm just hoping it's not being picked up in the mic. Can anybody hear howling from my microphone?
Ow! How about now?
Not you. And howling is my thing.
Okay, but back to what we were
But-
saying.
Yeah.
But not only that.
Yeah. All of it is just stupid. But guess what else is going on with this stupid show?
We were told we got a thing where apparently Disney Plus's new Spider-Man show is no longer canon to the MCU, and the reason is it was not fun to put limitations on its story.
So basically, people who didn't want to respect Spider-Man lore and stick to the confines of Spider-Man lore decided to break Spider-Man lore to insert all of their own stupid stuff and therefore make it so that it cannot be canonized.
Here's the thing, though. If you want to make a non-canon Spider-Man show that's not canon to the MCU, then do that. But telling people the reason you did it was because it was not fun to put limitations on its story, how do you think people are going to react to that?
People will laugh. I know I certainly laughed. As someone who has written fan fiction and finds fun in the challenge that is writing with limitations and restrictions of a world that already exists, I can tell you that as a writer, I really enjoy the challenge of those limitations. So when you have to, when you decide you don't want to stick with the limitations that are already there and you just want to do your own thing, maybe you should just be doing your own thing and not working on something that already exists.
As I said, though, there is a way. There's been plenty of Spider-Man cartoons that are not canon to things that you like Spectacular Spider-Man took some like creative liberties. Like, it can work when you keep the structure. I think they've gone so far out of the realm of possibility for the story that they've made it already like something that it just, I'm going to say this, the art style is not appealing. The race swap's not appealing. You can try and give any explanation you want for the race swaps and say, oh, but it needs to be then blah, blah, blah. No, you don't need. And you know what? This could have been a decent show. I'll give you an example that people don't bring up enough. Do you want to know a show that wasn't canon that reimagined a character and did it well, even with a weird art style?
Which one?
Iron Man Armored Adventures.
Oh, yeah, that one was good.
Some people didn't like it, but it was much more well received, and it even got a second season because it was so good. And I was so sad that it was canceled after the second season because it was really, really good. And it did a really, really good job reimagining the characters. The art style was bizarre, but it worked because the story was so good. So maybe it's possible we'll get something along the lines of that for this. But given all this stuff coming out before it, as well as I saw another article that said people shouldn't be mad because Peter Parker is supposed to be a loser.
What?
In the show, he's supposed to be a loser, and it's like, yes, but no. Like, he's
Peter
supposed
Parker
to be a nerd.
Yeah, nerd does not mean loser. I mean, look at us. We're nerds and we're not losers.
Nerd and proud of it.
Woohoo!
Yeah. But this looks like a train wreck. And again, the thing that tells you the most, it's not even just the art style. It's not even just whatever. It's the fact that all these things are coming out trying to run damage control for it and trying to say, like, it's not going to be canon. It's not going to be this. It's not going to be the thing you know. It's not going to be. You only need to do that if you're not confident in your show. Or if you want to be transparent, which I'm going to be honest, they don't want to be transparent. It's not.
Nope.
We all know that's not the case.
If they wanted to be transparent, they wouldn't have to jump through so many hoops.
If they wanted to be transparent, they would have come up with one statement and made a statement about it at the beginning and then said, hey, you know, we are going to make some changes. This is what we're going to be doing. And this is what we have an idea in mind. We hope you guys enjoy it. Done.
Yeah, but of course they're not going to need to do that because they're all dumb.
Yep.
So
But
just put me in charge. I will fix it all for you.
Honey, it's too late. It's way beyond fixing at this point.
True.
My spidey sense is tingling, and it's telling me this is going to be a disaster.
You don't need a spider sense for that.
I know.
That seems like a good place to stop.
Yep, that was a perfect one. Good job.
Thank you.
It's so funny because people will go, your videos are scripted and they're terrible. It's like, you
No,
don't
they're
watch
not.
us. You don't watch us live. We don't have a script.
Never.
Clearly.
We never have a script. The only time we ever actually made scripts was when we did those waiting room skits, which were absolutely cringe.
Yeah,
They were
let's
fun
not talk
to
about
make.
those.
They were fun to make, but they were cringe.
Yeah, let's not talk about those.
Okay.
One of our intro songs mentions we're not doing them anymore, so it's good. Okay.
All right. 5-minute timer?
Yeah.
Okay, ready and go.
Morgan Stark says, Happy New Year, lurking listener. Well, thank you for lurking.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for listening.
The great one is here, says Harry's
Yes.
Harry?
He looks like a girl.
Oh, wait. Daniel Root says, hit the like button, y'all. Yeah, you guys, you know what you got to do. You know what so you got to do right now.
What do you think of this? You like it?
Like the video or else.
If someone wants to delete what I just did, I posted the wrong link.
What?
I was trying to share a Discord link and accidentally gave the wrong link.
Discussing film. Balls.
Sorry.
They have me blocked. Discussing film, Entertainment Weekly, MCU Direct, film updates, all have me blocked. And
Does
it's
Culture
just like,
Crave have you blocked? Does Culture Crave have you blocked yet?
no, but Culture Crave, anytime I comment on their posts, hides them. I can say the stupidest, most innocuous things and they'll just hide my post. I don't know why. It's so weird. I'm not that threatening. I'm sorry. I don't understand. The very soon will never learn. Another redhead erased. So lame. Also look at the IMDb. There's no MJ. People think the Asian chick is MJ. It's not. Ugh. Master, you need to use that clip. I want to die when it comes to the show. You mean this clip?
I want to die.
You're welcome. Why make Spider-Man an annoying streamer, especially when he has a villainous named Screwball who does what they turn him into? Yeah, because
Really?
no,
I don't remember that.
I do.
Is it more recent? Is it more recent or older?
It's I think a little bit older. I don't know.
Hmm.
They did the same thing with the Acolyte. Not a good sign. Oh, darn! Sorry, I'm late. I got caught up watching watch party of that award show that's on. But yeah, I did see your comment on it. Just more of Elon, whether he's trolling or being serious. Yep, we'll have to see. Look, no, it's not even that he's trolling or being serious. It's the fact that Elon is a scatterbrain. Smart, but he's a scatterbrain. We can all be honest about that. So he might say this, like he had said, "Oh, we're gonna change blocking. No more block button," right? And he just changed it so you can still see the posts people which are blocked, but you can't interact with them. So the block button went nowhere. But remember, he was saying he was going to remove the block button, and everybody was freaking out about it. He didn't do that. I actually think the change of being able to still see people who are posting, even without when they're being blocked, is great. Because that way, if someone's quote tweeting someone that have you blocked, you can actually still see what they're saying.
Yeah. But then your harassers can still take screenshots of what you say.
They always do that anyways with alt accounts.
True.
Though that howling isn't master. Werewolf. Nope, no howling can be heard. That costume design is borderline bizarre. It simultaneously has too many and not of enough details. Raven, get your silver bullets ready. I'm getting real tired of so-called creatives that view canon as an obstacle. You and me both. Not fun, aka I'm a little child who wants to play with my toys and do whatever I want. Raven speaks the truth.
I speak as a writer with experience.
Armored Adventure. I watched parts of it. It's not right. It's good. It's good. If you watch it,
I think they were going for that 3D anime style animation that's been more recent.
It didn't work. The animation style did not work.
But the story was good.
The story was great. Swift -1 is here. Says hi.
Yeah, he also
was
just
never a
joined us
loser,
Discord.
just a bit nerdy. Sorry, trying to get through. What just happened?
My screen decided to restart on me. Give me a moment, please.
Okay, I'll remove you until you fix it. His common sense is tingling. Miles Morales is whack. There you are, honey.
Am I?
Yep, you're there.
Hooray!
Peter Parker's a better Spider-Man. Henrietta Osborn. Those waiting room skits were hilarious. Yeah, hilariously bad.
Some of them were okay, but they were most of them were bad.
They were pretty bad. They fear that the TDS. They probably do.
They
Didn't
should.
Spider-Man stop an IRA fight recently? Yeah, I read about that.
Yep, timer's
Walk.
done.
Keep up the good work, Master GDS. Okay, let's see. Screwball is pretty recent. Let me see. I think we're good. We do have a super chat from Memes of Destruction for $5. Happy New Year, friends. Jack Dorsey wanted free speech on the internet, and the machine crushed him. Elon wanted free speech on the internet. Yeah, look, as I said, until it happens, last time when he said about the block button, I was like, oh my God, we're going to have to go private, whatever. I was literally, you can look back, you'll see posts of me saying like, if we're going to have to go private, and we went private over the Sabbath 1 week because we were worried that he was going to do it while we were offline. And then it turned out to never happen. The block button did change, but not enough. They didn't get rid of it. So for me, all I'm going to say is I'm going to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Once it happens, then I'll criticize him. Until it does, it's not worth it because in the past, he's shown to not always go through with it. Hopefully he won't. This is a bad decision.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the money.
Now, it is time, honey.
Are we doing game therapy?
We're doing game therapy. For all of you who are here, we are about to listen to a 9-minute interview of Kim Belair because she is a big fat liar and
a nutcase.
And said, not only is she an enthusiast of Bowser, but Kim Belair is also a liar. The name of her company, Sweet Baby Inc., she said specifically that it was named that because all the gamers were picky babies. But in reality, that's not entirely true. Not only are we going to find that out, but we're also going to find out how Sweet Baby Inc. originated and why. So let's get to that with some game therapy. All right. Not only does she love Bowser, she loves being a liar, but let's go see what she had to say. Are you guys ready?
Nope.
Okay. Here we go.
Hello, happy Black History Month. Welcome to the Pan Fireside Chat with Kim Belair. We have a wonderful audience here today, so everyone stay tuned, and Kojo and Kim, let's take it away.
That's awesome. I'm curious, what is narrative design for someone that's not really familiar with it, if that's not really their realm?
So the way that narrative design is like so nebulous, I think, because it's still being defined, but the way that I usually think of it is the relationship between the mechanics of the game and the way that it plays and the story that it's trying to tell.
Okay.
So the fact that you talk to someone and then fight them is the narrative design versus the words that they say to initiate that fight.
You talk to someone and then fight them. That's the narrative design, guys. This is the person people are going to for their narrative design. You talk to people and then you fight them, and that's narrative design.
What nonsense is this woman spewing?
Let's keep going.
Ugh.
Okay. Let's see. So you talked about founding Sweet Baby Inc. to do narrative development. Can you talk about how that agency came about? Like, what was the emphasis behind it?
So when I was at Ubisoft, and with any big company, like you can't really write anywhere else. Like that's kind of the rule of the thing. Like you were owned by them at the time, and I started wanting to do more projects, to work on more stuff, and to kind of see. So I ended up leaving that company to go freelance. But I realized very quickly when I was asked to write on or to consult on a project as a freelancer, I sat down and it was an Afrofuturist project for a different company. And
So here we're going to go into what she's saying. She's saying that she was with Ubisoft, but she was asked to consult on another thing for a Afrofuturist company. Okay, and this is what spurred Sweet Baby Inc. to be created. Are you ready for it?
And I said, okay, I can help with that, but what does your writing team look like? And it was like 3 white guys. And I said, like, this is not, you can't bring me in and expect me to just kind of work.
Fix it magically.
Yeah, fix it magically when it's not coming from an authentic source.
So apparently, if you're 3 white guys, you cannot authentically create an Afrofuturist game, and you can't expect Kim to come in and fix it for you. I hate to break it to you, but do you know if that perhaps any of these people may have had friends who are Afrofuturists or may have had some experiences or relatives or whatever? You don't know that. So you're saying it needs to come from a genuine source. First off, it doesn't. They can make whatever game they want. And second, you have no idea of their background or information. You literally just decided. I guarantee some of those people were not white. How much do you want to bet?
Oh, probably.
He just took one look and said, well, they got white skin, so they must just be white boys.
Yeah, that sounds racist to me.
Okay, here we go.
And very presumptuous.
Wait for it.
And I said, like, what if, I could bring more people of color onto teams like this and kind of train them up within my own company so that, the client doesn't have to worry about like training a junior necessarily. And I can kind of bring them up through that and bring them to that. And I thought, okay, it's kind of a good idea and it could work. And the way that kind of congealed into actually starting a company was my best friend, Ariadne McGillivray, and she's the other co-founder. And she and I were working on a bunch of projects with our 3rd member now, David, and we worked with a lot of clients who were very difficult, and we worked with a lot of clients who were very easy. And the ones who were easy and the ones who were a pleasure to work with, we would always go like, those guys were sweet babies. Like, they were really sweet babies. You really liked them. And so eventually we said, like, what if we called ourselves Sweet Baby in honor of that? And then, that was it. And then we started that. And since then, it's been really, really, really fun and really good to have agency, not just an agency, but agency as an agency, to be able to say, okay, no, we're going to decide who we hire. So long as we keep the quality of our work really, really high, we can get younger people, we can get people who haven't worked in games necessarily, and we can train them up and release them into the world. Yeah.
So what you heard there was she decided that they worked with a lot of people, and some of them were difficult and some of them were nice. So she decided we're going to call those ones sweet babies. Why? Don't know. But she decided that the only people, right, that because these people they decided to call sweet babies, that they would become sweet babies. So in other words, we want to become people who aren't difficult to deal with, they say as they proceed to destroy every game that they're involved with.
Also talking about quality when they themselves do not put out quality products. Instead, they do the opposite of quality.
Here's the thing. This is going to sound crazy, okay? There is a place for this. I 100% believe there is. But stop pretending that it's you're a superhero and your job is to save the industry by protecting the marginalized from the evil white man. It's like, no.
That's delusional.
You can have your team and train them up and send them out there to go consult and work on games and have a better outlook on them. That's fine. But stop pretending that you're the moral arbiter of who's right to work on games and who's not. You don't get to make that decision. The people making the game get to make that decision. And keep in mind, this is the same person who told people that if they don't give you what you want, you should take them out, your marketing team out for coffee and terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want. She believes that she is the one who gets to decide who people get to work, who gets to work on what games, and whether they have the experience to do so. How stupid is that? You don't get to decide anything, Kim. You want to make your own little place and train people and send them out there? That's fine. But ultimately, unless you are the one making the game, you do not have a say on who they hire. And if you think that you do, and it's your job to fix the wrongs, then guess what, Kim? I hear Marvel Studios makes a lot of things with a bunch of white guys involving black people. Maybe you should go over there and tell them what you told us.
Rant over?
Yep. We still have more to go, guys. We're not done.
Yeah, that's awesome, especially having a pipeline for people who are starting out. So many people want to get into the games industry. It can be really difficult to do that.
It can, and there were so many times when, like, you know, as someone who didn't think of myself as someone who had a path towards writing for games, like I've always loved games, but I didn't think like, oh, I can actually do that. And when I would talk to people in the games industry, they were very, very homogenous. It was just one kind of person. I just kind of thought, no, I can't really do that. And I think since when you join the games industry as any marginalized person, people within your community will go like, how did you do this? How can I do this? And I'm glad to be able to have that answer now, and also to be able to watch it, because I think a lot of the time what keeps a lot of people out of the industry is they come into companies where there's no one who looks like them, and they don't get the support that they need in those larger structures.
If people don't look like you, you don't get support in that structure. I hate to break it to you, Kim, but I'm sure there are plenty of people who don't look like each other who will support each other on a team building a game. Otherwise, the game doesn't work.
Yeah, no kidding. It's called teamwork and also professional courtesy.
Here's the thing. If you come into a company that you got hired on and you don't see anybody who looks like you, and you feel you can't work on the game because you don't have anybody who looks like you, then guess what? You have something wrong with you. I'm sorry. Guess what? There are plenty of things people have to do in life when it comes to work that they don't want to do, but they will do it because it's the sake of work. It's called professionalism. If you cannot put on a professional space and go, hey, you know what? Yeah, I would prefer if there are people here who look like me. I'm sure you would. It would make you feel more comfortable. But you know what? You got hired. You walk in. It's all white guys. What do? You put on a professional face. You make friends. And you work together. And then if you decide, you know, maybe you get a little more influence, maybe then you say, hey, you know what? I prefer we looked at, I have some friends or whatever. That might be a bit of a more of a niche thing. But it's like, oh no, if I walk in and you guys are all white, I'm just like, whoa, we can't do this. Guess what, Kim? They were going to do it with or without you.
Yeah, pretty much.
So at the very least, I can kind of create like a, what's that little thing, like, you know when you get a fish, you get a fish in the bag, and then you're like, I'm gonna leave you in this bag, and then I'm gonna put you in the aquarium. Sweet Baby's the bag.
Is it though? Is it really?
Sweet Baby, guys. It's like you get a carnival fish, you keep it in a bag, right? And then you put it in the aquarium, and then Sweet Baby Inc. is the bag.
So basically, you toss it into the trash once you put the fish into the aquarium?
No, honey, you misunderstand.
I
It's
clearly
their little
misunderstand.
bubble.
Please explain it to me.
It's their little bubble. Sweet Baby Inc. is the protective bubble. We don't want to put this carnival fish in the tank with the other carnival fish.
Then what's the point of getting the fish?
Kim, the problem is, though, you forget to mention the part that the fish that are in the bags tend to die very quickly because they're not high quality. If you're the bag...
Not just that, but also you shake the bag too much, the fish will die. You don't give them food, they will die. Goldfish are notorious for being very easy to kill, and I should know. I killed my first goldfish at the tender age of 3.
Oh my god, Kim is Darla, the girl from Finding Nemo. She's just poking, fishy, fishy, sweet baby fishy. Fishy, fishy.
Why are you sleeping?
Game industry, why are you sleeping?
I get a fishy, 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 fishy.
I get marginalized voices in the gaming industry. Why are you sleeping? We gotta keep going, guys. We're only 4 minutes through.
I remember having another conversation with a friend of mine who's an English teacher here, and I made the point to him, if you just think about how many people in the world speak English statistically because of colonialism, there's bound to be fantastic writers that you never really hear about. And I just think that it's just so important to have that moment where you realize I can put myself in this, or I should seek out these kind of stories to resonate.
It's a huge turning point in your life, and I think when I always think of Catcher in the Rye as the one that I realized that this wasn't for me, that I might have to write these kinds of things, but it was not for me. And I remember sitting there, and there are bits and pieces of it that are extremely racist. And I remember kind of raising that to my teacher, and him going well, yeah, but that's how people think, And I'm like, it doesn't have to be. This is not my experience, and I can't relate to this very angry young white guy who seems to have no problems. He seems to be dealing with things that he seems very angry, seems very unpleasant, and I thought this is not my anger. This is not what's unpleasant for me. These are the things that he's still continuing to oppress people, and I'm supposed to sympathize with that.
Then read something else.
Kim, if you're in school and someone tells you to read Catcher in the Rye, you read Catcher in the Rye and you shut up.
You don't. You do the reading, or you go on to Spark Notes if you don't actually want to read, which plenty of my classmates used to do. Kim, if you're upset that you can't relate to the character in the book, shut up and read the book, do the assignment, and then find something else to read. Or write your own book.
Guess what, Kim? I've read plenty of books in school that I didn't like. And you know what I did? I sucked it up. I read the book because I had an assignment, and I didn't decide, this does not align with my worldview, therefore I cannot do the assignment. My teacher would have laughed at me and said I expect it by Monday.
I mean, I literally had an English teacher in middle school who got very upset with me when I didn't do school reading because I didn't want to do the reading. And I ended up getting an A in the first semester, a B in the second semester, and a C in the second semester because I hated the reading assignments and I didn't want to do the reading assignments. You don't skip reading assignments.
And Kim, here's another thing. You were so caught up with the idea that you can't relate to this person that you didn't stop and think, you know what? Maybe it's not a point that I'm supposed to relate to this person. Maybe I'm supposed to learn something about how other people view things. And maybe I'm supposed to recognize that this person doesn't align with my worldview to learn something new about the world and myself.
She can't do that because she's too much of a narcissist and egomaniac. Is that the right word? Egomaniac?
It's pretty good. We got to keep going, guys. We're only 5 minutes in. We still got a little more to go.
God.
And it's what you get asked to do. Same with To Kill a Mockingbird, right? Where
very unimpressed.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm kind of good book, I guess, but it's a lesson for not me. That's something that I.
Kim.
Oh God.
To Kill a Mockingbird is a lesson not for you. It's a lesson for everybody.
Yeah. Just how dumb is the woman?
Keep in mind, this is the person people are going to get advice on narrative for their games. And she read To Kill a Mockingbird and went, it's a good book, but it's not me. I can't relate to it. You're not supposed to. The entire book is about, it has a bunch of different themes going through it. The whole point, she missed the entire point of the book.
You think? Of course she missed the whole point. Oh, my brain.
We got more, guys. We got more.
Get it.
You have to write all these things where you have to understand. Do you understand why this is racist? I'm like, yes, I absolutely do. And it's weird to be treated like.
Oh, so she did get the point. She just didn't care.
No, she got the point, but in the wrong context.
Yep.
this is something that everyone has to learn around you,
Right.
and your experiences, there's nothing in it.
Can there be value?
I think it's so funny that she's literally like, I read the book and they're like, do you understand why this is racist? Yes. It's like, congratulations, Kim. You understood a theme in the book. You just decided to be offended by it rather than actually take away something from it.
She literally missed the whole point.
This is a person.
Just how much deeper into her own grave is she going to dig herself with all of this insanity? I don't know how much more of this I can take.
This is ridiculous, though. This is the person people go to get consultation on their narrative, and she did not even know that part of the theme of To Kill a Mockingbird is that you shouldn't judge by skin color. Are you loco?
Yes! Clearly she is!
Oh
Please
my
make it stop.
God! This is just... Oh my God. I only watched part of this. I'm blown away. You read To Kill a Mockingbird, and you're like, I don't like this. This is racist. And you're like, the book's like, do you understand that this is racist? Yes. But I didn't like that. It's like, Kim, the whole part of the theme was that you shouldn't judge by skin color.
That's literally the whole point of the trial!
That's the whole point. Why do you think they focus on it?
The whole point of the entire trial scene! You idiot!
God. Oh my God. Kim, what is wrong with you?
What the hell?
We got more.
Oh God! Oh God!
And kind of, free diversity if you just, literally change the shaders on NPCs, or is that sort of thing kind of...
Wait, are they talking about changing the shaders on computer graphics to make people different skin? What?
Yeah, what?
not even worthwhile necessarily if they're not going to invest more in the characters.
I think for something like crowd scenes or something, then it's you literally can go like, okay, we're just going to get all these different shades of NPC and put them in here. Or if you're going to say characters who don't necessarily have a lot of bearing on the plot, or they have a couple lines, even then it doesn't hurt to say like, okay, you know what? If we don't have a lot of time, or we've already cast and we can just cast like a side character, it's still worth doing. But I think largely it's about representing a voice and a feeling. You know, it's like if that character, and I look at Alien, which was originally written with Ripley as a man.
Oh no!
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then they said, why not? And so that change is able to happen.
I think it'd be worse.
It would. Well, but that's just it, right? Yeah. So like sometimes you end up going, what if we told this story with a woman? And then all of a sudden it is more compelling because you don't see it a lot. And it is more interesting because we wonder, okay, how did this work out? How is this flight crew? Flight crew's a weird word for that team of alien people, but how did that get assembled? How did she get the job that she did? And you start to ask those questions. Okay. And that's not to say it would have been a bad.
Wait.
I'm
you
so
watched
confused now.
Alien and you were asking, why did Ripley get the job that she did? Are you stupid?
Maybe because she was the most qualified?
Kim, hey, hi. Nice to speak with you.
Oh my God.
Indirectly. So Kim, when I watched Alien, I didn't care why she got the job she did. I was invested in the story. You're a narrative designer. Isn't that your job?
Narrative literally means story. You're supposed to be focused on story, you absolute buffoon.
Imagine watching Alien and going, I wonder why Ripley got this job. I really invested in this storyline.
She's not invested in the story at all. She doesn't care about story.
The story's about aliens. It's called Alien. It's not called Ripley. What is wrong with you?
I can't take this.
We're almost done.
Bad movie starring a guy, but it is different. And so I think occasionally it's worth talking about. It's occasionally worth saying, okay, well, what if this character was black? But that you can't stop there. You have to go, okay, what does that mean now? I worked on one game, for example, where they had done that. They had some characters who started as white, and they said like, oh, these black women came in and they like really did a great job. But now the question is, okay, what does the character mean now that they're black versus that they're white?
Like
And
how
they,
So wait a minute. I was told that Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what we think it does. They don't change characters, and yet here
And
we're being
here she
told.
is once again admitting that they do exactly what we know they do.
So you're a liar, which I said before, but you're a liar for more reasons now.
Mm-hmm.
does it inform
yeah,
everything
because
about their
some
character?
lines are going to have to be different. Some ways that we approach it, like, are we saying something positive? If these characters are heroes, what is it? How are they going to be treated differently? You know, I always ask that about a lot of games.
The guy's on his phone. He just doesn't care. The guy's just like, F this, I'm out of here.
Probably because he can't stand her either.
He's like, who is this person again? Narrative designer, CBB. Wait, what?
He's like, hey, manager, how much longer is she going to be talking? I have
Or
other
she's like-
places to be.
She's like, manager, she doesn't understand the theme that racism bad from Kill a Mockingbird.
There are games that you can look at, or, you know, James Bond is a big thing that we talk about a lot, right? Where we say,
Oh, no.
if we are going to cast that in a way that's diverse, if we're going to say, okay, what if James Bond weren't white? That would change the way that a spy, operates. You know, like the way that he gets into these parties, he might be, given the level of billionaireism that James Bond is usually like hanging out with, being a black guy coming into that room is going to be very different for him.
That's right. He's not going to be able to blend as
No,
seamlessly.
you know, and the assumptions that we make about him when he's driving those cars and he gets pulled over, like,
What?
Talking about a black guy driving fancy cars as if there aren't black guys who have fancy cars
Okay,
that aren't
so
stolen.
she's
Oh,
saying...
how racist of you, Kim!
So, in other words, Kim, when you see a black guy driving a car, your thought is he's going to get pulled over. Isn't that racist?
Yeah, you think he stole you automatically think that because he's in a fancy car, he stole it instead of legitimately purchasing it? How
And
racist of you, Kim!
And you want people to address that in a James Bond movie if he was black, but addressing that would mean that you're... Never mind.
I don't understand this woman.
We're
Can
almost
I even
finished.
call her a woman? How much longer?
Very little.
I'm getting pulled over.
you know, like,
That's funny.
those are the questions I think, and to me, that makes it more interesting. To get to ask those questions and to answer those questions is a challenge that's really fun. You
Yeah, it's very riveting. You'd really want to know if James Bond was driving was black and he was driving a car and he got pulled over, what would he do? You know what he would do? He would show them the license and registration, and the officer would go, "Good day," and he would drive off. The end.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, we need to devote an entire scene from James Bond. If Kim Belair directed James Bond, the entire scene, we need to make sure he gets pulled over, and we address that.
Sigh.
know, and what happens when Bond has to think about those things. But I think a lot of times when you suggest that to companies, especially game companies who are very much on a very tight schedule, tight budget, have to do this, for them, they hear those questions and they go, we don't have time, or we don't have the desire, or like, we're already doing enough work, we're not gonna go there. And that's another thing that I have to push back against and go, no, this is actually an opportunity for you to explore something that's gonna make people feel really excited. And that's...
Wait.
You
So if the game company...
You force them to put in more work and more crunch time just so you can have your DEI inserted into a game?
That's what she said. Isn't that what she said? She just said they're in a time crunch.
That's literally what she just insinuated.
So let me see if I'm getting this right. You said that if they're on a time crunch and they're like, we can't do this, we can't address this, you push back on it and say, no, you have to because it's going to make people excited.
No!
Hey, Kim, it's not your game. You don't get a say.
No, you don't. So stop it. If they say they don't have any more time, don't have time, or they don't want to, then back the hell off. What the hell?
Here's what you do, Kim, okay? Here's a compromise, okay? If they say we don't have time, you say, okay, let me help smooth over some of the dialogue you already have so it doesn't go into anything overly offensive.
Didn't she also admit that sometimes what they do is remove dialogue entirely?
Yep. But let's continue. We're almost finished.
The talk was called Representation is Innovation because to me, if you decided to tell that story, that has not been done yet.
Right.
And so all of a sudden you're innovating and people are able.
Wait. So she says, no, you have to make this change because nobody else has told this story. It's making people excited, and you're an innovator if you do this.
Huh? She's so stupid.
Hey, guys, if you're out of time and you go, we can't do this, she goes, no, you have to. You need to. You need to be an innovator.
But making the game is already an innovation.
Hey, Kim, I'm going to reiterate an important thought.
Ugh.
It's not your game. If you want to make a game that innovates, do that. If you are paid to consult, then do consulting work. Don't go, no, you're making your game wrong. You instead go, if they say we can't do this, then you say, okay, how can I help you make what you have fit better? That's what consulting does. Am I wrong?
That's what consulting means.
But you're deciding, no. If you don't do what I want you to, I'm going to push back on you and claim that you need to because you need to be an innovator.
Wow.
She says, missing the whole racism bad part of To Kill a Mockingbird.
Just wow. My head hurts.
We're almost done.
To see that, and that's going to resonate with a new audience. That's going to get more people involved in games. It's going to take someone who otherwise might go like, oh, this isn't for me, and say, oh, I see myself, now I can do this.
Hey, honey, she's saying that doing this, you'll be an innovator and you'll excite people. People will go, I can't relate to this, but now I can.
Actually said it.
Hate to break it to you, Kim, but if people weren't interested in the game to begin with, they're not just suddenly going to care because you changed the race of a character. I'm sorry. I know that this is difficult for you, considering you didn't get the theme of racism bad from To Kill a Mockingbird, and you completely missed the whole point of Alien, and you want to focus on stupid scenes of Black James Bond getting pulled over by the police, which is, again, a very gigantic racist stereotype. You're delusional. I'm really sorry to say this to you, but if you're paid to consult, what you should be doing is consulting. This is what you're doing, that's not consulting.
Completely the opposite. You are enforcing. Completely different, Kim.
Right. Awesome.
Thank
All
God
right,
it's over.
let's get to the chat now. How you guys holding up? How you guys holding up?
It's my brain. My poor brain.
How
Make
you
it
guys
go
holding up?
away. You can get out of stream
Okay.
mode now, I think.
Oh, yeah. How you guys? Is Kim Belair a Satanist?
Yes. Well, yes and no.
No, she's not. She just has those skulls because she likes collecting them, and she finds antelope sexy, according to her on the Sexiest podcast. So
Yeah.
the skulls of
If you
antelope in
guys
her
don't-
background are not
Yeah.
satanic. They're
If you
just
guys
gross.
don't, if you guys don't remember when we revealed the whole Bowser thing, we also mentioned how on one episode of the Sexiest podcast they were talking about animals, and she said the antelope whose skull she has in her house.
Yeah. Racial drift is strong. Hi, want to fight? You just did narrative development. Wow. Afrofuturist. Who knew Ubisoft would be almost ground zero for DEI in gaming? I did. I have a whole chart that I did which shows all the connections from Kim Belair's The Sexiest Podcast to Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm. Most of the SBI connections go back to Ubisoft.
It's fan fiction, you bins.
It's bleeping fiction.
They are at work on here. Yeah. I hate her so much. That's torture and racist. Very racist. Or I guess Black Panther wasn't made by white people. Whoops. Nobody tell Kim. She won't be able to relate to it at all. She'll say, I don't understand. Why is he a Black Panther. Let me bring in my untalented friends.
Is basically her story.
Yeah. We have to be the resistance. Man, where have I heard that before? Blackmail and BS, a tactics of cowards. Threats are the only way to do things, and I'm sure they'll make games more popular. More would cringe, but after last week, this is expected. Sorry. No, you can't do that, but nice delusion for you. I was half expecting Kim to confess the baby in Sweet Baby was Bowser. Don't give her ideas. She is obsessed with identity. Yep.
Clearly.
Everybody knows plenty of people of plenty of races who do plenty of things well, and they don't make a big song and dance about it. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Sweet Bag Inc. Fishy! DEI fishy! Why are you DEI fishy?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Find a happy place, find a happy place, find a happy place.
Fishy, fishy, fishy. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Bam, 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 bam. Find a happy place, find a happy place. As a fish owner, I know that fish will not survive in a bag. It's a crazy analogy. So you guys know the end credit scene of Finding Nemo, the first one, where all the fish escape from the fish tank and they're all trapped in bags now? That's literally Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah,
They thought they were going to win.
And literally all of them are finally at the ocean, but they're all still in bags. And the puffer fish then goes, now what? And the scene ends.
We made it to the gaming industry, says Kim. And then it's just like, but now what? We made it. We infiltrated the gaming industry. Now what?
And then, yeah, they don't. The reason the whole scene ends is because they don't let the kids know that the fish are gonna die.
Nobody likes Catcher in the Rye. That's how jerks think. Kim Belair, Queen Narcissist. He's a crybaby. Sweet Baby going broke. Love the losing streak. So her trauma is reading a book you didn't like. Would love to see you cry at the nuns. God, Kim is so obsessed with angry white men and race. After reading a bunch of her work, I can confirm that most of her characters have a number of consistent stereotypes. What? Kim, don't tell me you didn't get people to consult on your work.
Dun dun dun. She didn't.
Read To Kill a Mockingbird. Missed the message of don't judge by skin color. I'm dying here. This is so gold. I'm sorry. I did not know she said that. And the fact that she did is so funny. This is going to be a much bigger story than we thought, honey.
We're going to have to make it its own video.
Imagine this. Kim Belair doesn't understand the racism bad from To Kill a Mockingbird. And she's a narrative consultant.
Who doesn't understand what the word narrative means?
Literally, Kim, they held up a sign that said, don't judge on skin color. It's bad. That's literally a big part of the book. And you just went, I don't relate to this. Oh my God. Thank you for joining our therapy group, Piston Honda 87. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
I'd rather be taken out by Old Yeller than ever deal with this insufferable woman. California did ban To Kill a Mockingbird in 2019 for racism. Yes, but Kim didn't recognize that. Don't worry, they'll be crying again when layoffs come again. Is Kim what people call failing upwards? Yes.
Yes.
She's in the absolute twilight zone. I don't remember Ripley being written as a man.
But apparently the movie What Happened to Monday was supposed to be about 7 brothers, not 7 sisters. And as someone who has seen that movie and was able to predict how it ended just from one scene in the beginning, yes, it would have been better if it were 7 brothers.
I'm losing brain
so easy to figure
power.
out that ending.
Boondocks was talking about people like her. She doesn't know a damn thing about the Bond series. She, again,
Clearly.
She didn't get the fact that part of the message from To Kill a Mockingbird was racism bad.
Yeah.
And when she finally got it, she still couldn't relate to it. Wow. Very light-skinned woman talking about being BLK. Did she say billionaireism?
Yes.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
So Bond escapes death, but not being pulled over.
How
For
horrible would
real,
that
he
be?
has a license to kill. This hasn't been done yet. My brain hurts. She belongs in asylum. Not our asylum. We're full.
Not our asylum. More like Arkham Asylum.
Her mirror is broken.
Her
I think
mind
my
is broken.
brain broke. God has abandoned us.
We have lived to see man-made horrors beyond our comprehension.
I just finished a bottle of Caribbean rum, totally worth it. And yes, I'm drunk. How many SBI games did well so far? None.
0.
Stay in your bag. I'm sorry. I need somebody. I know someone's going to do this if I ask. I need somebody to find the end
Marmalade!
scene. The end
Marmalade!
scene from
Marmalade
Finding
and,
Nemo and
Marmalade
Photoshop
Lord of Rees. Get on it.
and Photoshop Kim Belair's face on the main fish and make them all different members of Sleep Baby Inc. and be like, we made it into the gaming industry. And it's like, now what? I love
Get
it.
on it, people. Our loyal followers do our bidding.
Okay, now we got to get to the super chats so we can move on to the next topic. Guys,
Okay.
we've only done 2 topics. We've only got one topic and one game therapy. This is going to be a longer
Haven't even
stream.
gone into the second main topic. Wow.
It's okay. We have time.
And I'm running out of water.
Then get more.
I
Steven
need to
Potts for
fill up the
$2.
Brita. Excuse me a moment.
Definitely a megalomaniac. I agree. Or I would agree if I could diagnose people, which I cannot. Scratch Cat Meowth for $10 says Kim is like that one white character from That's the Raven Black History episode, but she's black. She will hire someone who has the same race and turn down those who are white, let alone non-blacks. Yeah, I hear you. Thanks for the $10. And we have a Wandering Paladin member for 17 months. What did I come into? Oh, SBI? Thanks, but no thanks. You can't escape it. Wandering Paladin, they are the bag. The fish inside, they are the bag around it. That's literally what Kim said. Okay? I'm not just saying things. That's what she said. I'm pretty sure if James Bond were a black UK Navy officer who became an OO agent, he'd somehow be able to deal with petty bureaucrats and party mutations. But you see, Kim Belair did not get, again, I'm going to reiterate, Kim Belair is the same person who did not understand racism bad in To Kill a Mockingbird. Are we really expecting her to understand the nuance of this?
No.
Take 2 high-proof shots and call me in the morning. Fair warning, snow day. Such a weird analogy. Yeah.
I had to refill the Brita, so I grabbed some Snapple instead.
Okay, you decide to give any for me?
Well, actually, you could grab a...
I'm joking, honey.
Well, I bought some of those new ice drinks that you like.
What do you mean?
The strawberry ones.
I told you not to.
I only got 3 bottles.
I told you not to.
But they're so
We'll
cheap.
talk about it after stream. We'll talk about it after stream. We'll talk about it after stream, honey. Can I let you back in now? Will you behave? She's giggling maniacally, so no. Okay. TDS and Raven, have either of you played the game Darkness from 07? You can literally watch full movies in that game on TVs, including Nosferatu, Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe, and To Kill a Mockingbird. No, I haven't. But thank you for being a member for 2 months. Are you okay now, honey? Have you calmed down?
I'm calm. I am calm now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, mostly.
Just in case.
Thank you.
Bad kitty. Yep. Guys are a riot.
Thank you.
The thing is, guys, that wasn't scripted or anything. We didn't plan that. People get
That's
like that.
literally just our married dynamic.
We don't script a single thing. We didn't script a single thing there.
Everything we do is everything we ever do in our streams or online, or if you meet us in real life, is completely on the spot. Nothing we do is scripted ever. We are just our normal, lovable selves.
Speaking of not scripted, we need to stay on track because it's already almost an hour and a half, and we haven't even gotten to our second topic.
You're right. Guess we're not going to have shorts this week. Oh well.
I don't really care.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, let me get ready here. Let me actually
while we were going over the Kim Belair stuff, I think we got almost 80 viewers. What?
I noticed. They only come when we talk about Sweet Baby Inc. Sorry, I was getting a drink.
You got one of the strawberry ones, didn't you?
Maybe.
You're welcome.
Told you not to give me it.
I do it because I love you, and I know you like them. Same with the chips. You love tortilla chips. That's why I buy them.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Stop it.
But I love you.
Stop enabling me.
But I love you.
Love me less. Enable me. Love me and more. Enable me less. Okay, let's go on to the next topic.
Yeah.
The Acolyte crashed with plans undone.
3 seasons and a movie, but instead only 1.
Its budget soared while views stayed low.
Another flop for a Star Wars show. Wah, wah.
Who in their right mind would have had in mind that, yes, we're going to have 3 seasons and a movie of this garbage?
Leslie Headland, apparently.
Well,
Delusional woman.
Leslie Headland, more like Leslie Headcase.
Yeah. Can we even call her a woman? Because she certainly doesn't look like one.
I don't know. Look, so obviously, the one of the, I think it was Manny Jacinto who plays Chimere, said that like they were planning 3 seasons of this and a movie. Talk about being ambitious.
Yeah. Ambitious is an understatement. Delusional is the better word, in my opinion.
I think it's so funny because it's like we kept telling people, you guys aren't showing up and watching it. They're not going to continue it. And they didn't continue it. And it's like, what do you want? So I actually made a meme and I posted it on Twitter. It's actually doing great, but I put it here. Honey, do you want to? I'm going to do Anakin. You could do Obi-Wan, okay?
Sure.
Bad faith and invalid criticism got the Acolyte canceled.
If it wasn't valid, how did it get the show canceled?
True.
I don't think anyone could hear the "I hate you" part.
True. Am I wrong?
Nope.
Look, they made the right decision. It got canceled, and they can't let it go. They're still trying. The cast is still trying to blame the fans, and it's like, no. The show got canceled because it was too expensive. A Disney executive even came out and said as much. You cannot say that it was the toxic, terrible fans. The fans didn't do anything. That's the problem.
The problem was the show was bad, it was too expensive, and it did not make back the money that it spent. So of course it got canceled.
And I love the people who are like in the comments of those kind of posts like, well, then just make season 2, but less expensive.
They don't understand why shows get canceled, do they?
No, and they don't understand that, you know what? Maybe it was the paying the actors. Maybe there was a bunch of other things. And yes, they make it less expensive. Guess what? The problem is there isn't enough of you even to warrant that. I'm sorry you don't like facts, but here they are for you. I'm going to lay them out one at a time.
Go.
The show did not perform well. It had a spike at the beginning where it was actually doing pretty well. Okay.
But that was mostly due to curiosity and people wanting to see just how bad it really was.
Exactly. And by episode 3, with the power of one, the power of two, the power of many, guess what? Many
Everyone
people
left.
decided
To leave.
exactly. So you guys didn't show up to actually watch the show. And because you didn't, it didn't get enough money. It didn't get enough money.
And
So,
yet they're
again-
still and yet they still think they're going to get another season.
They get mad anytime there's anything Acolyte related that comes out. They're like, where's our season 2? And it's like, again, there isn't enough of you. Best example I'm going to throw out there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I saw a post, because there's another Star Wars show out there right now, honey. It's called The Skeleton Crew.
Oh yeah, and aren't people going crazy over the children in that, which is a whole nother story?
Yes, but here's the crazy thing. It was a post saying, I can't believe that nobody's getting mad at the children. You know, I guess nobody was. And it's like, have you not put 2 and 2 together yet that the reason nobody is because either A, people don't care enough, or B, maybe you guys were the ones who were doing the harassing and not the people that you claim were the ones that are the boogeymen that always get your shows canceled. Guess what? You guys got your show canceled because you didn't show up. You posted about it, and guess what? I guarantee tons of you pirated it. How much do you want to bet?
Oh, totally. And a lot of the people saying how amazing it was were more than likely bots.
There were bots. I found them. And you know what? Again, I don't think that there were people who didn't like it. I think there were. There were clearly people who liked it. The problem was there isn't enough of you. And right now, nobody is talking about the Skeleton Crew. And the reason is because nobody cares. There are people who are still reviewing it, but for the most part, people are done with Star Wars. So I've seen people go like, there was so much talk and buzz around the Acolyte, and now there's nothing. And it's like, did you not put 2 and 2 together yet? The reason was people were talking about it because they didn't like it.
Yeah. The Acolyte was the final nail in the coffin for Star Wars.
It's not even that. There's nothing inherently wrong with the Skeleton Crew. So there's no reason for people to talk about it. Not because they need to talk about negative stuff, but because it gave them something to discuss. But people, if there's a decent Star Wars show, are not just going to go out of the way to criticize it. They're just not going to watch it.
Pretty much, yeah. It's simple logic, which these people don't understand because it is the literal bane of their existence.
Guess what?
You can call their lives and existence.
Guess what? Disney screwed up with Star Wars. You can try all you want to say it did well, it did money, it did whatever. They screwed up with it. And I think the biggest thing it's going to tell us is the fact that, hey, where's the Rey movie? Oh, we're not getting any news on that because it's vanished. But the Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be the big determining factor. I think it will do okay, but I think it will never do anywhere near. I don't see any Star Wars movie ever doing as well ever again because they damaged the brand so much. And it's not just because of mediocre shows. It's people like Amanda Stenberg literally twerking and telling people that you don't F with your discourse over a children's TV show.
You do know that she was attempting to twerk. She couldn't even do that right. She can't sing, she can't act, and she can't dance. Why is this Hollywood?
You know what, though? She definitely can flail around like a dying fish. She can do that very well.
Yeah, true. Maybe we should put her in a bag.
Hey, Disney, make a Star Wars show about a fish that flails around, and Amanda Stenberg is your girl. Or them, or they, them, or I don't know what they are.
Fish.
Flop.
Literally flop because it's fish.
And it stinks. Think we're good?
Yeah.
Hey, honey, do you
Yeah?
want to read the comments this time?
Sure.
That way I can get it. That way I can take a drink.
Sure.
Hello?
I'm here. Leslie more than likely isn't a woman. Leslie Headland looks like a Miami Vice villain. I have no idea what that means. The sad thing is that the whole Corsican brothers shtick could have been ripped off wholesale, and it would have worked fine with the serial numbers erased. Maybe. She looks like a human Minecraft character with that square head. That's funny. I find your lack of faith. They found our lack of faith disturbing.
I found your lack of faith disturbing.
The microphone really adds to that.
I did that pretty well, didn't I not?
You did.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Make season 2. Hold my phone. 180 million was spent on that 8-episode series.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think. Even that starting boost was not much. Fork in an electric outlet was what it felt like for the Kim interview. Debatable. Could have been worse. None of those kids are being rude to fans online, hence no extra criticism. That's fair.
Wow. It's almost like kids are more innocent and don't get up and go, we don't F with your discourse, like a weirdo, like a flailing around fish.
Mando movie will do worse than Solo, probably.
We'll have
It
to
does
see.
have Pedro. It does have Pedro Pascal in it.
I'm going to say that it actually will do okay because of Baby Yoda.
But he's been pretty used up at this point. I don't even care about Baby Yoda anymore, despite how cute he is. So my internet just went down and my phone is almost dead. I'll have to catch the replay probably, unless my net comes back soon anyway. Well, thank you for being here anyway, and I hope your sanity was spared. Fishy in a bag.
That's going to be a new thing. Watch it. Sweet Baby Ink.
That has to be a new channel meme.
Sweet Baby Ink is the bag. I want that clip. I'm going to take that clip and make it like a response. Sweet Baby Ink is the bag.
I saw a YouTube video defending Amanda and Disney Star Wars like there was no tomorrow. Must have been a show. It's a terribly written and terribly acted show. Yes.
Hey, wait. This is the way.
This is the way.
No, get it? Because David.
This is the way podcast. Oh, ha ha.
Yeah.
I wrote a piece about that, explained why and how it failed. I pointed out that it lacked plot and character development, but those people said I didn't watch it. Then they're the ones who didn't watch it because they're clearly projecting.
It's almost like anything you said that was negative that they didn't like, they found reasons not to like it rather than embrace the fact that it was terrible.
Yes. Gothic Therapy, give us some diversity.
Okay.
It's the differences that make our world so rich, diverse, and wonderful.
I still hate you though.
Remember when people used to spam it?
They did.
Never mind, my net just came back. We'll see if it stays up. I swear, every Sunday night it just goes to crap. So irritating. Maybe someone nearby is doing something to your internet. to prevent you from watching us on
Oh,
Sunday.
I think Mermalade's actually working on the bag thing. That'd be hilarious.
I did give them an order too.
Everything has Pedro in it.
Yes, I know. It's so annoying.
All right.
Good.
All right, we got one more super chat. Thanks for the dopamine, guys. I appreciate it. Wait,
You are welcome.
we appreciate that, but I will tell you that we have our next topic is media therapy, but we got a funny one for you guys today. It is hilarious and we love it and we're sharing it with you guys.
Yes. Do we want to go? Okay, we guess we are.
Just in case. I don't think we'll make a video out of this or anything, but we can just have it in case we get a short or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's
Okay.
begin.
It's time for media therapy. All right, guys. Are you ready? Here is a funny one. This is going to make up.
Prepare to laugh.
This is going to make up for the Kim Belair one, okay, guys? If this doesn't make up for it, nothing will.
Mm-hmm.
Was going on dates with a man and nice guy, good guy, treated me well.
That is good.
But
Damn, there's a but. There's a but. Why is there always a but?
but once I realized that he was not my husband, because I'm only looking for husband energy at the moment, I ended things with him.
Jesus Christ, on the back. These days, being a good and nice man is not enough anymore. You have to be Duracell battery too and bring energy.
Anyways, I sent him a text, told him that I didn't see it going any further.
Lady, you are hungry. The Lord served you with a good, well-cooked chicken, and you decided not to eat it because of the chicken's energy. You will starve.
He agreed. He said that he didn't think that he could make me happy. And while I appreciate that, it was a very kind response, he didn't even try.
For what? You didn't want him to respect your wishes or what?
He didn't even try. He didn't even try and say that he wanted to change, that he wanted to whatever. I can be manipulated. I will listen to you. But you didn't even try.
Mother of Lord, she wanted the man to manipulate her. What type of twisted mind games is that? She thinks dating is PlayStation 5. Lady, if you want to play games, go and download Candy Crush and leave this good man alone.
That gets me every time.
Go download Candy Crush.
And leave this good man alone. It's the accent. It's the accent. It's literally the accent. I'm telling you.
She wants people to manipulate her. It's so funny.
Oh, God.
It served you a well-cooked chicken, and you don't want to eat it because it doesn't have the right energy. You will starve. I love it.
Ah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Also,
I don't
just
know
so
why, but it
just
gets me
so
every
we're
time.
just so we're clear, I want to mention that Odyssey still has did no comments. Everybody says you should quit Odyssey and go there.
Quit YouTube and go to Odyssey. What? What just happened? What just happened?
Jag and Den made a thing with Kim and Sweet Baby Inc. and it's on Darla and it says their echo chamber games. Why are you sleeping?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I want to see. I want to see. I want to see.
I'm trying to get it.
I want to see it. Give it to me.
I'm trying to figure out how to get it without being weird. Let me see. Give me a minute. Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I found it. I'm doing it with an incognito window because I'm lazy and don't want to have to find a way of doing it. So I'm just letting everybody know that it's going to look weird.
Okay.
Because okay, let me share it. Why are you sleeping, fishy? Why are you sleeping?
Why are you sleeping? Good stuff.
Thanks so much for that. Let's move on, though. We have one more topic to get to now. We're actually making good time now.
Hooray!
So you might actually get shorts after all. Probably not.
Nah. And I'm okay with that. Shorts are dumb. Raven, if you love that kind of accent, then you have to watch the Mortal Kombat movie filmed in Africa. Haha. I am technically part African. My mother is from South Africa.
Daniel Brewer wants to know where to find the clip. Message if you're in our Discord. Tag me, and I'll try to send you a link to it. If not, honey, do you know where it is, or I can send it to you, or we'll figure it out.
What link?
The link to the clip, I think.
Which clip?
The one we just reacted to.
Oh, might be in my DMs.
Oh, are we cutting out?
Are we? La 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 la.
It seems my connection's fine. Are you okay? Everybody okay?
I mean, I can hear you fine. My headphones keep on dying on me, but other than that, I'm pretty much fine.
Bro dodged a bullet. Can you tweet it? I'm not on Discord. I can see if I can find it.
You're on
I don't even know. I'm gonna have to look after the show. I apologize. I'll. Oh, you cut out while trying to bring up that meme, but it was minor in your back. Okay. Well, I'll get. Remind me if you can remind me towards the end of the show, Daniel Root. I will do my best to either put a link in the chat or to post something. But right now I gotta get a move on with the show because we have limited time. Okay, we got one more topic to go into before the diagnosis of the week. We had a request for a diagnosis of the year. That might need to be something we consider for next year because I'm just not doing it. No offense. Hold on. We had somebody checked out of the clinic?
Yeah. I don't know who. We've had a couple of those in the last couple days. Don't worry about it.
I think some of them are Sweet Baby Ink spies.
It's entirely possible. I mean, I do remember that there was one, and the only reason we figured it out was because there was a dislike on a rules update. When I said we don't want politics in the clinic before I updated the server.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get on to the next, third topic, and then we'll go to our diagnosis. But let's get into this. This is a great one, guys. Nobody has covered this yet. It's a great topic.
Let's begin.
Hold on. Capaldi's name begins to rise.
As Ollivander, he could surprise.
The role's not set, but fans still cheer.
And wait for news to make it clear. Yes, you heard it right. It has been leaked that Peter Capaldi is being considered to play Mr. Ollivander.
Okay. So we do not know. We want to make very clear. This is a rumor. We do not have confirmation of this. However, I think this would be a great casting for a couple reasons. One, he's got the right energy. And two, and this is one of the biggest things, okay? Mr. Ollivander in the movies was played by John Hurt, who played the War Doctor in Doctor Who. Unfortunately, John Hurt has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
If Peter Capaldi played Ollivander, he would be the second person who was also to play Ollivander, who was also a doctor, one of the doctors. So I think it would be a really good homage and a kind of nod to John Hurt as well. And I think he would really, really do really well with the character. He's got that crazy energy.
No, also like that wise old. He's also got the wise old man energy. Which
yes,
is pretty
exactly.
much Ollivander's character. Besides Dumbledore, the other wise old man that you get is Mr. Ollivander.
Yeah. So again, this is a rumor. We do not know if this is a true casting or not, but because it is out there, we decided we wanted to cover it because it is a really good casting and it gives me a little hope if it is true.
I really do hope it's true, and I really, really do hope that they go through with it because Peter Capaldi needs a role. He needs a good role to suit his acting. Because he got screwed over with Doctor Who, and I don't want him getting screwed over again. He doesn't deserve it. He's way too good for that. He should get the role. He should get the role of Ollivander. I want to see that. I really, really want to see that. Hello? Honey? Honey, are
Sorry.
you okay?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I didn't even hear you from the other
Sorry
room.
about that. My AirPod died in one ear and I had to mute myself so I didn't go over you, and then I had to unmute it and it just wouldn't unmute for a minute. So okay, but yeah, I think he deserves the role too. Whether it's true or not, we don't know, obviously, but it's a great casting if it is true, and even if it's not true, right? It's still worth talking about because honestly, he would be great in the role. I think he would make a great person. To do great, he'd be great in that character.
And also just look at the John Hurt's portrayal on the right and Peter Capaldi currently on the left. I think that's from a set on Doctor Who, right?
I believe so. But look, they don't even look that different.
Yeah, exactly. Do you see how similar they look right now in these two images? He could pull it off. I think it would be great.
He could pull it off. He could do a great job with the role. He has the right energy. He has everything. Now, if this is true, we don't know.
Oh, please, God, let it be so.
If it was true, okay, I would say this. If this is true, it would win me over in a sense where I may not watch the entire show, but I would watch the scenes with him in it.
Oh, yes. Even though
because
it would
I'd
only
want to
be
see
like
him as that
one
character.
I mean, in season 1, it'll only be like the one scene.
Yes, but the
still.
point I'm making is they'd get me to tune in, and I think that would be a very good homage and a nod to John Hurt, who unfortunately passed away. And they do have a casting for Miss Weasley as well.
Mrs. Weasley. For Mrs. Weasley, they're looking for the person who did the voice of the Ministry of Magic letter from movie number 5.
I forget who it is. I honestly was more excited about. I was more excited about
Peter when someone in the Discord shared this article about the leak of this supposed casting, and as soon as I read aloud to Master that Peter Capaldi was being considered for Ollivander, we immediately were like, we need to talk about this.
Yeah. So I'm really interested in this. If this is true, we'll have to wait and see if it actually does turn out to be true.
But please, God, let it be so.
I can say this, and I'm going to say this with a bit of an air of caution. Okay.
And what is that?
You never know who could be watching your videos. So if anybody out there is watching the video who's involved with the show or whatever, which you never know, if this isn't a thing, make it happen.
Please. This needs to happen. You're not going to get a better casting than this.
Nope, you're not. And if you do this, you will win people over. Trust me.
Oh, you most certainly will. You will get viewers coming in droves just to see Peter Capaldi. So make it happen. Please, God, let it be so.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if this is true, but it would be a great casting and a great homage.
Amen. All right, I think that's good.
Yep.
And thank you, Marmalade, for sharing that in our Harry Potter studies, because otherwise, we never would have known this.
Yeah, diagnosis trapped in a bag. Good evening, says Dragonfire. Good evening.
Hello.
I remember every wand I ever sold, Mr. Potter.
That is a
Raven
pretty good memory.
has spoke. Capaldi is to be Ollivander. He wandered off.
But
A little hello from France. Well, hello, France.
hello, Attila85.
It would be a proper tribute. It would. It would really would. Harry Potter and the Mobile Suit Gundam. I'd watch that. I don't know who the. Is Peter Capaldi?
Is Peter Capaldi in the Gundam series or something?
I feel like I don't know this, and I feel like it's gonna sound really.
I mean,
silly.
I only recently learned that Matt Smith was the voice of the Sun in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which I thought was awesome.
It helps, but they got to be accurate for all the cast. Yeah. Nope, he's no Ollivander, guys. Sorry, guys. I was never excited for his TV show announcement. You never know. You never know. I still think he has the right energy, and obviously people will disagree. But if they did this casting, it would win me over. Let's just say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing he's in the Gundam series because I have no idea how you are a pilot. So
Yeah, he must be a voice of someone in the Gundam show.
if we're quick, we might still get shorts. So we're just gonna move straight into the diagnosis, guys. Okay?
Yep, sounds good to me. And now it is time for the diagnosis of the week.
Where we take events from the week and relate them to a mental illness.
Because Hollywood is full of them, and you should be aware.
And we have a interesting diagnosis for this week.
Do tell.
So the diagnosis for this week is expectation disconnect.
Please explain.
So expectation disconnect is as it sounds. It occurs when creators and audiences have differing visions for how beloved franchises should be adapted, leading to enthusiasm for some choices while skepticism or backlash arises over others. This tension often stems from fans' attachment to original material and fears that modern updates may compromise quality or authenticity.
In relation to today's topics, with the Spider-Man race swaps, expectation disconnect is exemplified as fans criticize race swaps in the Spider-Man series as unnecessary changes that disrespect established lore in favor of modern trends.
The Acolyte's canceled future, when it comes to the Acolyte's canceled future, expectation disconnect is exemplified as the Acolyte connected with a small audience outside the Star Wars fan base, but there weren't enough supporters to prevent its cancellation.
And with the Harry Potter HBO casting, expectation disconnect is exemplified as fans cautiously welcome rumored casting choices like Peter Capaldi as Ollivander while remaining skeptical about the reboot's overall direction.
And that's why we think this is a great diagnosis for this week.
Agreed.
All right. I think we're good. I see there's only a couple of comments.
Definitely make a time. We did not hit the super chat goal, but does anyone want to hear the story anyway?
We're not telling them. We're saving it for next week.
Fine. Unless something else happens next week.
Egotism coupled with poor preconception. Yep.
Are you talking about us or?
No, I think somebody else.
Oh, okay.
These days, I assume everybody will suck until proven otherwise. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. That way you're not as disappointed when the thing actually comes out.
All right. I think we're good, guys. Thanks for being here. We will obviously have videos. We'll probably have at least 4. I would try to make the Kim Belair one into one because I think it's so good.
I don't think you should cut anything out of it.
We'll see. But if for those who are new here or not new here, you can always wait to the end of the outro for a special surprise. But otherwise, thanks for being here, guys. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe. Share the video with your friends. We must continue to build up the asylum. Maybe everybody will seek asylum.
Seek asylum in our asylum and cleanse your mind of all of the crazy.
But until next time,
we will see you next week. Bye.
TikTok, the stream ends with midnight chimes. Pixelated therapy, cross digital lines. Hit subscribe for the void to make sense. Comment your woe as a form of recompense. Like the shadows merge in the twilight's haze, our channel's a refuge, a weird therapy maze. Campaign shrink, we got you fam. Laughs and guidance in this goth jam. Like the video break, the algorithm style, share with your crew. Escape life's hell, from spooky memes to advice obscure. Here's your dark solace of humor as a cure. Own the night with our ghastly delight, vendor of laughs in the negative light. Darker than your overcooked roast, sub to the channel that you love the most. Bell tolls, it's the end time fair, but your issues leave them right there. Strings of crypt, bury your dread, return tomorrow for the undead.
I think it was Dostoevsky who said, "Later,